park down at Grasmere pay and display, and you're paying good money for this. And 50 pence to go for a pee. So today I'm going to do a walk I've been meaning to do for quite a while, and it's Alcock Tarn. There's a couple of ways you can get up there. The route I'm taking is supposedly a very, very gentle walk up. And this is where we're heading here. This little country lane. So just followed that country lane up, and this is what you're looking for. We go take a left here, heading up in that direction, and there's also a sign, public right of way to Alcock Tarn. It's tough walking in this ice and snow, and as well as forgetting my spikes, I've only brought one walking pole with us. A couple of people have asked me before any tips for first time hikers, and I've always shied away from that question, because how on earth can I give advice to other people when I can't even look after myself? This is the second time in 1 week I've come out in snowy, icy conditions, forgot my spikes and forgot one of my walking poles. Unbelievable. So about a 200-yard walk up the road there. First of the benches, first view of Grasmere in the distance, and another sign. Take a left, which we are going to do for Alcock Tarn, 1¼ miles. Hard going in this snow and ice. The snow is great when it's nice and soft, but I say it's been -7 here overnight, so it is really hard walking on it, especially without spikes. But how lovely is that? What a glorious sight. Either way, we are heading up here. So a lovely winter's day, sun trying to poke through the trees there. Again, the steady walk up. Well, it does look like we have got a bit of a pull up here. Now, it was at this point this morning where I went off track. So busy talking to the camera, I walked down this road here, glanced up, saw a fork in the road, and I saw what I thought was a private driveway, because there's a house over there. So I assumed the path went up there, and that's the way I went. Straight up the ascent of doom. Had to climb over the gate from hell, almost did myself a right bloody mischief, before I eventually got back on the track. If I just took my time, if I just looked up, and if I just took more notice, I would have seen that there was not the path. This is the path here, and it says quite clearly the National Trust of Brackenfell Woods, with a great big sign there saying path to Alcock Tarn. First time my nose has ever let me down, mind. Now, I did mention I had been wanting to come up Alcock Tarn for a while. I did a bit of research and came across two very good videos. Phil, the outdoor enthusiast, and the excellent Eric Warnsley, as always, did a superb video up here and following the exact route that I am taking today, and in comparison it looks a really good route up. So I've just come through that little kissing gate there to cut the map off course. I should have gone round there somewhere. I'm going to follow this wall, and again, according to the map, it should bring us back onto the course I initially planned. Got to follow this wall around, and it looks like I've decided to go up the hard way. Anything for hard work. Well, given the gate wouldn't open because of the snow, so I climb over that. So what initially looked like, I thought was going to be a very easy, straightforward walk, has turned into something a little bit more of a challenge today. But every day's a school day. Well, it is when you walk with me anyway. down there is where we came from. I was the other side of that stone wall and climbed over that fence down there. To be honest, quite impressively. But thankfully I didn't break my bloody neck. But I do know we wanted to see this, which was an old ornamental pond from years ago. And that there is the correct path. So I've just come up there, and this is where the path is going to zigzag around. That sun, when you can feel it, is very pleasant. And look at them views. And this is a lovely walk on this when you're back on the proper path. Still snowy, still icy, but we've still got them great views all the way around. Absolutely fantastic. And full sun up there now. One of the best buys I ever made was, funny enough, down in Grasmere, and it cost us, I think it was £6, and it was this. A little roll-up seat, because there's a lovely bench here, but I wouldn't fancy sitting on that. This, on the other hand, lovely. So I had initially intended to do a circular loop, starting at the car park, coming up the way I've came, and then going over the tarn and dropping down the steep way, go back down via the Swan. I'm just so annoyed with myself for missing that turn off. I'm actually going to go to the tarn and I'm going to come back, and I want to see exactly where I did go wrong. But talking about the Swan, if anybody did see me Stone Arthur video last year, when I came down and went into the Swan at Grasmere, it just reopened after a big refurbishment, and it did look very, very nice in there. And I did say on the video that I'll bring Mrs. Metalman back and we'll have a night away together there. And funny enough, I've just booked a night away. I think it's the last Sunday in January. We're stopping there for a night bed breakfast and evening meal. So I'll be doing a full review of the bar area, the restaurant area, the evening meal, the breakfast, the room, the staff. So if you're interested in that review should be coming out beginning of February. One thing I didn't think we'd see today, but actually we can actually see it. There's a pipe, and that pipe goes all the way up there to the tarn, because in the days before mains water, a lot of these rich landowners wanted running water actually in the house, so that pipe was put in there all the way for the tarn, so the water could flow from the tarn down to the big country mansion. And after all these years, it's still here. I know it is because I nearly tripped over it. We don't get much snow nowadays in the winter like we used to when I was a kid, but it just makes such a magical sight. Another little bench there, another great view there. Gate to go through. See, for me it says Alcock Tarn, which wasn't the initial name of the tarn. It was called Butter, can't remember, something Tarn. But the guy that owned this land round here, had the big fancy house, was called Alcock. Don't ask why. And he renamed the tarn to what today everybody knows it as Alcock Tarn. Oh, another couple of people coming up, foreigners up. A little bit of a steep section coming up. So it was a bit of a little steep pull up there, but it was only for about 3 or 4 minutes to be fair. And then two lads that were way behind us before have now just passed us. Again, shows you how fast I walk. To me, the slower the better. You get days like this that don't go along that often. I don't want to rush, I want to enjoy them. There's not a breath of wind, so yeah, temperature is still below freezing, but given that you're walking and that sun's out, it does feel quite warm. And typically, can anything else go wrong today? For the first time this winter, the long trousers are out, and you sure kept my shorts on. Well, I've been passed again. Nice 5-minute chat, that. Really nice lady there. But I just keep stopping, turning round, and looking at that. We don't get it very often, so when we do I want to make the most of it. So that's where we're heading. Path is going up and over there. Yeah, we're a few mishaps today, going off track today, forgetting me spikes, all them things pale into complete insignificance when you get a day like this. And I tell you something, I was always so grateful for them. So hopefully you should be able to see the path is zigzagging up, and this is the first little bit where you are close to a bit of an edge, but plenty of path to keep you well away from it, if that sort of thing bothers you. But I think, again, over here we should get our first glimpse of the Tarn. Let's see if I'm right for the first time today. No, wrong again. Bit of a pattern forming here, I think. But I am quite confident. There's a wall going up there, a little gap. When you get through that wall, I think you should be able to see the Tarn then. If you're not, I'm going to scrap this video and go home. And a couple of ladies going down there. There's the wall I came through. I don't believe it. For the first time today, I've actually been right. I had my head down, walking away, and I almost walked right into it. Alcock Tarn. All froze over. But still a majestic sight. Not a breath of wind. Thank goodness, because it's still -5. It doesn't feel like it. Doesn't feel like it at all. I've had to take my down jacket off. I mean, fair enough, I've still got 4 layers on, and another 2 layers in my bag. Not going to be needed today. That sun is lovely. Oh yes, more of this please. It has been so miserable lately. Wind, rain, mist, cold, miserable weather. To get a day like this is so magical. Well, final look around before I head back down. Really enjoyed it today, despite all the little things that have gone wrong and the little errors. Nothing's going to spoil it for me. Anyway, I'm heading back down now. So with the sun being up there now, you can see the snow starting to melt a bit there now, and it's a bit of a slippery walk back down. There's only this section here that's got a bit of exposure. The rest, to be quite honest, has been really nice walking up. So there only was literally 3 or 4 minutes of walking with a bit of exposure. But from here you can see the path snaking around there and going round and back down through the woods. Yay! At last I've caught them jets. What a shame the GoPro doesn't have a zoom. What a gorgeous walk down this is. Gorgeous view in front of us, sun on face. Oh, absolutely amazing. I mean, how do you like it? How do you like it? More. How do you like it? How do you like it? I like it all right, and I want more of it. Maybe it's a good time to answer another question. And it's from Carol over in the USA, who asked, what did I used to do when I was at work? Well, both me and Mrs. Metalman did the exact same job actually. We both ran community learning centres for a local college until they wanted voluntary redundancies. And at 55-year-old, we both thought, why not? And then for the last 7 years of my working life, I worked for a school as a school caretaker. A job I absolutely loved. If it hadn't been for my poorly knees, I would have still been there now to this day. Anyway, hopefully that's answered that. Any more questions? Put them in the comments. Well, we're back at the ornamental pond again, where I regained the path, where I come up over there, where I should have been walking, and where I'm going to walk there now, down there. Yeah, when I came up the Scramble of Doom, climbed over that fence and he did myself a mischief. So I'm going to walk down the right way there now, and I want to see exactly where I did go wrong. I've got a good feeling I know where it is. So this is very, very gentle and very, very pleasant walking up. So if you do come the correct way, this is the way you want to be coming, and you want to be walking through that gate. Just before Christmas, Mrs. Metalman hurt her arm. She'd lifted something far too heavy for her, hurt her arm, and it was so bad she couldn't lift her arm at all. So I had to do a lot of the things that she normally does in the house, and I'll tell you something, domestic god I ain't. But thankfully there now she's just about back to full match fitness, so she's back to doing what she does best, doing the cooking, cleaning, running about after me, and I'm back to doing what I do best, keeping out the way. Anyway, almost back to my car there now, and I'm going to have 2 minutes on this little seat here, which I'm going to rename the Eric Wansley seat, because I remember Eric sitting here on his video. So, Alcock Tarn. Even though I haven't been the other way, I would suggest, looking at the map, this way is the best way to do it. As long as you don't go up the ascent of doom that I took, do it the correct way through the woods. I think you'd really enjoy it. Even if you didn't want to go right to the top of the tarn, it's a nice walk through the woods. There's 3 benches all the way up. Why not give it a go? I'm just chuckling away to myself here there now, thinking about when I was trying to get over that gate this morning. Thank goodness there was nobody about. I managed to get one leg over, and the other leg was on the other side of the gate. Could I hell get that second leg over? I thought if anybody comes along here there now and think, what the hell is he doing? Anyway, I can laugh now. I wasn't this morning. Final view before I head back down to the car. And that long journey back home again. Well, if you've enjoyed the video, really would appreciate a big thumbs up. If you want to see more days like this, click on the subscribe button and you will do. I'll tell you something, it won't be too long before I'm back out again. Cheers.